I'm Jack. I'm here today to deliver a sermon to you guys because this just made me Catholic.
And I'm Trip. I'm coming at this from the opposite angle. Raised Catholic, I became the opposite of Catholic, which we all know is gay.
Our special guest this evening is
John Phoenix of the Phoenix Group.
He will rise again like Christ. And I'm Jack. I'm other Jack. I'm coming to you from the Batcave, learning Batman's various different techniques for stopping crime the right way.
Like
You
weightlifting.
just have to want it.
I like how Batman's training program was like obstacle courses and weightlifting, and that was it.
Batman's training course was just American Ninja Warrior over and over again.
And tough love. That was the biggest part of it.
comics
God,
Trip.
JLA, Act of God. One of probably the most important comics that's ever been published. Does someone want to describe kind of what goes down in this comic?
It sounds a little bit like this.
Have you ever read a comic and thought, man, I hate all these heroes? What are these smug, super-powered bastards thinking they're doing the right thing by saving lives? I hope one day they get what's coming to them, and they lose their powers, and they suffer. Well, if you have felt that way, you're going to love this comic.
It's like Superman always says, truth, justice, and the fact that I'm better than you.
Truth, justice,
Oh, also,
and my superpowers.
if you have like Schadenfreude to see people who did nice things, bad things happen to them, and then they also completely dissolve their character and emotional integrity. The moment that a bad thing happens to them, you're gonna love this comic.
This is like a Schadenfreude, it's like Billy Budd, which is a deep Herman Melville cut.
Terrible.
It's like, imagine having, a lot of insecurities about somebody who's better than you at work. And then imagine feeling that way about characters that aren't real. And then you just get to put, your fingers on them and be like, yeah, they're gay now or whatever. I don't know. I swear this was the next thing. Like Martian Manhunter was going to be like, oh God, I am also gay and must sin for that as well. I was also superpowered, but now gay.
The giant Justice League orgy that just took place, and they're like, "There's going to be no repercussions for this," and then a bunch of them are like, "Oh no,
we all have AIDS now."
Martian Manhunter, why did you transform yourself into a pile of 100 dicks?
He's like, it's my natural form. What happens?
They lose their powers.
God is real.
Wait, they never... Is it God that takes their
What's
powers
the
away?
title?
It's never confirmed." A lot of people have a lot to say about that. A lot of people have a lot to heavily imply God is real.
So there's a bunch of parts in there where there's like, we don't know, but maybe it was an act of God. It's tough to talk
so
about.
it all starts with the superheroes doing their thing, all superheroing, and then a purple black light that everyone talks about goes over the entire Earth, and then everyone loses their superpowers. And so that means that not only do you have the people who got superpowers like the Flash from chemical things, but also people like Aquaman can now no longer breathe underwater. Martian Manhunter just becomes like his base
some
Martian
weird
form.
green loser.
Some weird green incel.
It's weird,
church incel guy.
It's the structure of this story that baffles me the most. There is one through line, and then there are two completely needless side stories.
There's if not more. Like
Wally West's issue, or
there's
What was that
the-
about?
and then they became
I don't know.
at least those side stories coalesce back into the main story. I'm talking about Green Lantern and then Wonder Woman and Superman. They don't really have anything to do with the plot at all.
No.
They could have been cut entirely, and it would not have changed the structure and the direction the story was heading. Maybe this guy just really fucking hates Superman. And if that's the case...
And all the other ones. It's weird that he was a Batman. It's no surprise that he's a Batman writer.
Batman,
right, of course.
One of my questions was, if you could make hundreds of these suits that could make superhero guys. Why weren't they already doing that?
Yeah, it's like, Luther, they're like, holy shit, toy maker. Let's get these suits. I never would have thought of this before, right,
Oh, an advanced armor suit?
They mentioned several times after, so all the superheroes lose their powers, and a bunch of them get beat up real bad because they're fighting guys who don't have powers. They just have like mechanical stuff. And on the news, they keep mentioning the fact where they're like, Steel, the last great hero. Steel's now the most powerful and important man, and it's like, there has to be more important.
I've never even heard of him. Also, he had Thor's hammer? Did you guys see that?
No.
No, he just had. He's supposed to be John Henry Irons.
Yeah, it's just a sledgehammer.
Well, no, because
but it looks like Thor's hammer.
The steel driving
She-Hulk
John
is
Henry?
That's not She-Hulk.
No, that's actually just Kyle Rayner's girlfriend.
Yeah.
She just turns green for a little bit.
And her name is
her
Jen?
name is also Jen.
Yes. It's creatively bankrupt, certainly.
Well,
it has the exact
Jack.
design. It's not even like a John Henry hammer.
It's also
it's a Thor. It has like it has the same Mjolnir, like the shape of Mjolnir.
I agree. I also think it's kind of funny to like put a black superhero front and center and then completely cover them, so you cannot tell
no
why they're
idea
black.
Yeah,
it's completely erasing that aspect of the character.
Oh, it's racist.
I was gonna say, is this guy black? The guy who wrote this?
No. He looks like your weird uncle that peaked, had like a sweet time in the 70s.
Uncle Rico?
That really tracks because
way nerdier.
The way Steel and his family talk to each other made me deeply uncomfortable.
Wait, everybody talks to everybody.
Like, unk and like, well, I will say, that everyone else's dialogue is like, it feels like it's like straight out of like a Stan Lee comic from the 50s.
I think from like a structural toolbox perspective, that was the most unpleasant thing. It's like one of the biggest
so much exposition.
Like that's one of the biggest complaints that I feel like I can throw at a writer is like the writing, the sentences on the page were just so unpleasant. They were confusing. A lot of them were just like descriptions of the art.
Yeah, I was about to say they're just describing the picture that they're on top of.
It's so much composition. What about where Wonder Woman was going to kill herself?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was terrible.
After everybody loses their powers, some take it better than others. Actually, no one takes it well. Most people, what characterization they did have before from a fundamental level, people like Superman and Wonder Woman, completely throw that away.
Yeah,
and they're like, actually, we were always just in it for the power.
Yeah, she becomes like a Wall Street broker, and like Superman just becomes a bum.
Like, Clark, I was going to say, the worst part is that, like, the moment that he loses his powers, Lois Lane is then like, you're not hot anymore.
Yeah,
I don't love you
anymore.
And then they break up. Like, he tries to, like, crush the diamond ring before that Lois Lane gives back to him when she breaks up, but then he just, like, bleeds from his hand. Oh, man. Superman's really pathetic in this.
And then Lois is so cool at the end. She's like, oh, it's okay. Go back to Diana.
Yeah. She has to go back to work with her.
Well, she's cool with it because she's like, I'm genuinely disgusted. But there's even a line where she's like, "Did I love him for who he was,
or his power,
or what he could do, or something like that?"
It's like, did I love him?
What I find funny is that like Clark Kent has a job. Like Clark Kent is a reporter in the real world and has like maintained that job. But the moment that he loses his powers, he just like becomes a bum and like doesn't go to work anymore.
For over a year,
I go back to work.
He doesn't go to work for over a year, and at the end he comes back and they're like, "Clark, good to see you." Nobody's like, "You don't work here anymore.
You've been fired for a long time.
Yeah, go away. Like you will never get a job in this fucking town again because you just bailed on work for a year."
Yeah, there's no world where you could just bail on work without saying anything, even for a week, and not get fired.
Do you think he referred to his persona as Cuck Kent?
I think he refers to his persona as Clark Cunt.
Yeah.
Clark Cunt. I think so basically the main takeaway is that
They lose their powers.
Like Wonder Woman and Superman were never benevolent. They were never people who viewed themselves the same as humanity. They always viewed themselves secretly as gods that like ruled over all of us. And now that they have to be one of the hoi polloi, they're deeply upset in trouble.
Batman takes it great. He takes it very well.
Batman's like, you're all beneath me now.
Yeah.
He could have solved every problem too, but he let his goon squad do it.
Yeah.
Steel also could have solved every problem just by making steel suits for everyone.
Yeah, 100,000 steel suits.
I think so they lose their powers, everybody becomes terrible. Green Lantern he becomes like a teenager. I mean, this is the thing is I read this and I'm like, man, does the writer, has he ever experienced anything actually difficult? Just because everybody handles it so like immaturely. Like,
except for the Green Martian.
Everyone handles it like they're in high school and they just got broken up with for the first time. It is very weird. Kyle Rayner is like the current Green Lantern at this time because Hal Jordan went evil and then he exploded, and then they only have one Green Lantern around, and that's Kyle Rayner, and he's like an artist guy.
The same time as the Parallax incident?
This is like after that. So that happened in like the 90s, and this is like before they like figured out that Parallax was like an evil space bug that was possessing Hal. They just thought Hal changed his name to Parallax because he was like a bad dude at that point.
90s has got to be the worst era of comics, man.
Tough. But Kyle Rayner, but in this one, all he does is just like verbally like abuse his girlfriend and then just like shit on like a bit, like kind of stew in his own rage about losing to like a guy who could just create like sonic waves. He just makes like a guy who's like basically just a very loud boombox. He like lost to him in a fist fight.
The worst part about that was like, it's not like Kyle Rayner, to my understanding, he's just a guy that has like alien tech, right?
Yeah. No.
So it's
Kyle Rayner just has the ring.
Yeah. It's like weird. It's like
alien tech, like Booster Gold stuff works, and that's tech from the future.
And it's funny. It's just like, all right, yeah. It seems like even the shitty premise isn't like delivered well. Like it takes like 15 pages to just exposit, and then even like the rationale at the end of he's like, we don't know why, we don't know, it happens to everybody, and then he's like, yeah, but I guess I forgot tech. It happens to Green Lantern too, okay?
No, it happens to who the author wants it to
he's like, it's it happened to him. All right, we're moving on.
So I had
He doesn't like Kyle Rayner, so he wants him whining and crying like a baby for like 15 pages.
Yeah.
Like, that's why it happened to him.
I had one really confusing thing. So if they could reverse this for that Adam guy, why couldn't they figure out a solution? I mean,
there's so much time dedicated to them just being like,
oh yeah,
like they have smart guys on the Justice League, right? They could.
No, you forget every superhero that you like
powerless. Like if 3 Poindexters could reverse.
Yeah, no, that's the thing though. They're dumb and stupid, all of them now.
And then the Atom he falls into a table and then triggers an explosion.
But a nuclear
left
bomb.
A clever note before.
Yeah.
Left a clever note on the bottom of a dollhouse table.
Yeah.
And then blew up. Exploded.
I have that note written down. It's awesome. It's a lab bad.
Yeah.
Luther can't continue.
Yeah, right. I was like,
and that's the key to like, crack everything.
It's small for them, but like you could write a full note on it. Like why did you only like carve like the most like caveman note that you possibly could?
Yeah, there were extra space. Not he was running out of space.
I mean, also, Batman could reverse engineer the problem.
Yeah, well, no, Batman. He was. It turns out that most of what he's doing in the cave is he's training for the American Ninja Warrior. So he was hitting that. He had one of those things that like you box it and like the top goes this way and the legs go this way and you have to jump and then
Oh, that's tough.
Okay.
Yeah, and so he was pretty busy doing that.
Did any of you guys notice that Aquaman was bench pressing with one hand. And so whoever was spotting him was like, "That's great, Arthur. 20 reps. Now do 10 more."
And I was just like, "Is this?" It seems like a man, the guy that
Where
wrote
was
this,
his other hand?
has never done anything. Never done anything. Like the most basic human things. It's like lifting weights with other people. He can't get it right.
And
it's
then
also
he
like they all have
go gadget.
I know. It's also funny how they're all like shredded. Like they are obviously have huge six packs.
Yeah.
And they're like, "We're in pretty good shape, Batman." He's like, "You have no fucking
Not
idea
good
what you're
enough.
talking about.
Yeah.
Those are fake show muscles."
To be fair, there is a comic book where Batman does an absurd amount of steroids.
Yeah.
So it's canon that Batman is a gearhead.
Well,
so of course
I
he's
will say
stronger than
also-
everyone else. He's pumped full of cow hormones.
This is like if I wrote like a comic about like paragliding, where it's like you would just get so many things wrong and like so many things like it's like it feels like that where it's like instead of paragliding he'd just never done anything ever, and so everything that he makes like assumptions based off of like media and a vague understanding of how real life works. So yeah, after Wonder Woman and Superman get together, there's 4 heroes: Supergirl, Aquaman, The Flash, and Martian Manhunter, all of which who are like, I want to still be a hero. Who's the strongest and coolest hero now that no one has powers?
And they look in
Obviously,
the corner
Batman.
and Batman is just brooding sexily.
Yeah. Also, by the way, he did steroids in the one where Bane broke his back, right? Nightfall?
He did steroids in that one. He also did steroids in a different comic where like a beam fell on a child and he couldn't lift it. And it was like a 600-pound beam, and he's like, "That's never going to happen again." He started doing steroids and deadlifting a lot of weight.
Well, if that's the one where
Did he ever hurt his back?
No, he's Batman.
Well, his back had been broken at that point.
If it's the same one, if he did steroids in Nightfall, it's funny because it's written by the same guy. The same blueser hack.
Really?
I think he did do steroids after he got his back broken.
It makes me sad. Like, it's like, fuck, man. If I don't ever try and get a job writing for Marvel or DC someday, and I don't get it, how disheartening it's going to be that like this guy wrote for fucking years. This guy wrote for 20 years. He's a long career.
Well, it's also like just this, I guess, like almost like YouTube Shorts understanding of the DC universe at the time, where it's like, okay, you understand the players and you understand like hypothetically what their powers are, but you don't understand like it's like they hadn't read a comic book at all.
Yeah.
It's
like they're heroes. I get the gist.
The Flash, he's fast, right?
They read like Batman, but that's about it.
So they train for Phoenix. They become Phoenixes.
The group I'm in, Johnny Phoenix.
Yes.
Is it a band? You're in a group?
We're in a band.
They sell Phoenixes.
They don't come cheap.
Complicated.
Anyway, you're probably thinking Phoenix. Why?
Born again.
No. You're not thinking that.
From the
You're probably
ashes.
thinking, what is that? A Phoenix again? Do you think that I hope the comic says this 5 or 6 times so I remember what a Phoenix is and why they're called this.
I do have the memory of a goldfish.
I think, once they become Phoenixes, they all just become like shitty versions of Batman because Batman's been training them.
Well, we forgot one.
They all have bad names, but that doesn't matter. When you see the picture that I'm flashing up on screen, all that matters is that they have the worst costumes of all time, and Supergirl has a mace that has 2 maces on each end. So I'm not even really sure how what the plan was for that. She hits a guy with it once, and it doesn't make any sense.
And Martian Manhunter actually has human skulls on his waistband.
He throws them.
But, yeah, I mean, of course you think, oh, like now he really looks like he hunts humans, right? No, he changes his name to like the Green Fuck or something.
He's like the Green.
Greenman.
I think he literally changes his name to the Green Man.
Yeah. It's funny. So this.
Yeah, the Green Man. Detective skills and martial arts skills. Shock value appearance.
It's like if there's, if this is a 90s comic, done right in the, just at the tail end of the worst era, like it's this, man. I bet this had one guy that bought 900 issues and it was Rob Liefeld.
So imagine how this feels. You were once a godlike proto-god, I guess. Proto-god. That was your title, proto-god. And then you lose all your powers, you train under Batman, you go on a special mission only to be led by Nightwing.
It's like, not even Nightwing, Robin.
Think of your
Robin
ego.
comes in and says, you have to jump through this American Ninja Warrior obstacle course, and then you fail at that. No wonder Diana tried to kill herself. Like,
you're like, I knew that I had fallen low when I lost my powers. But I thought, Batman's like, all right, man, all right, go hang out with Robin. We're done here.
Yeah, it's also like it's crazy because Superman is dealing with his like life-altering, identity-shattering loss by becoming an alcoholic and becoming homeless, which is like in the realm of possibility, right?
Well, not for him.
Happened very fast.
Not for him. But then Wonder Woman has the exact same consequences, and she becomes like a billionaire.
Well, yeah, she works on Wall Street, bro.
How?
She knows the stocks.
You don't just show up on Wall Street and get a job. Like,
actually, no, it's the power of God, right?
She does become Catholic.
Turn to prayer.
Yeah.
The one thing that we do need to discuss about this is the constant appeals to God and the fact that like this is a weirdly religious book for they don't outright say it, but they constantly allude to the fact that like this is God punishing them for their hubris. Not only that, but Wonder Woman becomes like a devout Christian in this,
and she
where like Wonder Woman,
Hera.
the person who was made by Hera, the Greek
god.
She like that is like no, but like Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior.
This is the most Catholic comic I've ever read.
And look at how many prayers were answered. The typical amount. 0.
It's like leave
she
it
got
to
answered at the very end when she was about to like go to Greenland, and then she like appeared. Then Superman, who was homeless and a drunk, appeared at her door and was like, "Hey, can we keep hooking up?" And she's like, "My prayers were finally answered." It's like that's not what that is.
Yeah, it's also so weird. Like again, another example of like this is AI writing is that the guy was like, "What if we hang out? No strings attached, nothing serious." And then like it doesn't even show them kissing, it's just a passionate hug between Superman and Wonder Woman. And I want to be like, yeah, this is a guy that doesn't know, he's never hooked up with anybody, never had any sexual experience, so he's just heard people like, he just thinks that's things people say and then like extrapolates it poorly. And, he's Catholic enough to where he can't show anybody kissing on the page.
Do you think he's a Volcel?
No, he's married. Reddit knows, who knows if it's true, right? But the Reddit digging I did said people used to remember that when they went to cons, his wife was there and she would cover their Comic Con table with like 2/3 of weird Catholic shit. And like his third of the table was like, this is Batman after he takes venom,
I think Volcels can get
third
married.
of the table is like, find God.
Yeah. I mean, so I don't know if it's true, but like, I want it to be true. It seems to make sense. It fits the map and the schema for this guy that I have.
Okay, we need to talk about. We've already kind of talked about it, but I really want to talk about this panel that I'm sending in the chat. It's the panel where like Batman or Superman and Wonder Woman are talking after she gets back home from her job. Superman and Wonder Woman is talking. Superman's been sitting drinking in her high-rise apartment that she affords by and he's like negging her job. He's like, I was working on Wall Street, still squeezing fortunes from the high-tech sector. And then Wonder Woman's like, maybe you should try getting a normal job, which he had before before this, he was a reporter, and he's like, doing what, Diana? Reporting on the abject failure of Superman for the Daily Planet, or just making money? Also, like, that's like what a guy who's like living in his parents' basement says. It's like,
really
should I
is,
just do a job to make money? It's like, yeah, actually.
Yeah, well, you would feel less bad about everything.
Or she's like, report on how much of a failure Superman is, and she's like, I mean, if you want to.
Like, probably not. I think that's old news, which is like a term your industry invented.
Because, I mean, at that point, I think it's also 6 months after they've lost powers. So it is literally old news.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you just write a report on the kindergarten in town that sent letters to the soldiers that are dying across the world?
Yeah, it'd be anything, right? She's like, I don't know how to do your job, but I know that what you're suggesting is not right.
But whatever you do, definitely don't write about the Catholic Church hiding and protecting pedophiles.
Nobody knew that at the time.
Yeah, it was only 1990.
Yeah.
No one had ever sussed any of that out by 1990.
Those bastards at the Boston Globe hadn't shamed the church nationally yet.
Yeah, hadn't put their lies to print. I do think it's funny, though, because right after that, she's like, don't start this. Because he does this all the time.
Yeah.
Clearly. And she's like, don't start this again, Clark. Not tonight. Not again. And then she's like, I'm tired. And she walks away. And then Superman, pathetically under his breath, says, yeah, tired of, already long tired of me.
Of me.
Just like,
the
thing is,
just
like,
so weird and pathetic to make Superman be doing all of this.
To make anybody be doing all of this, right? There's very few characters that I want to watch behave like a toddler, like it's just not.
It would make more sense if it was one of the characters who's actually like a child.
Yeah.
Like the guy who's Green Lantern or the
Guy Gardner.
Billy Batson.
Yeah,
right?
Billy Batson just walks around
He's
being like
stoic about it.
Yeah, Billy Batson handles this with so much more poise and grace than Superman, and he's a child.
And Guy Gardner's pretty much in character.
It was funny how Guy just tries to get fucking rich.
Yeah, he did.
He did get rich. He wrote a very, very successful book.
It's just like the worst characters succeed. Like, it's just
so yeah, we didn't even talk about the Blue Beetle Booster Gold plot line. They're both tech heroes, so all their shit still works. And then they get like beat up once, and then they're like, let's try to do like a money-making scheme where we sell all of our stuff to these guys. And they high-five, they get in a bar fight, and then they end up on like an operating table.
Yeah, I'm glad that I sped read this, right? Because it's so bad.
Yeah.
But like, when I first read it, I was like, what?
I know. Did I skip something important?
And they got kidnapped by like the Joker and the League of Villains, who like, it does not explain in a whole lot of depth why they're working with Lex Luthor, just that he like paid them a bunch of money.
That's what Joker loves. Getting fucking rich.
Yeah.
That's Joker's big thing.
He's
there.
a capitalist.
Yeah, Joker's always been a big money guy. But then like they show up and kidnap them and then take them to Lex, who then hooks them up and like fills them full of drugs, and then they do like the Atom experiments on them. Even though none of them have superpowers.
Yeah, the worst.
Yeah, that was
guy.
a big thing where they were like, okay, you brought us two guys who are just completely useless to this study. And then they're like, oh, yeah, I guess we could just kill him. Like, I don't know. It's like, what was the point of any of this?
I mean, that's the thing. It's like when everybody is, the thing is when maybe I'm wrong, right? Connor would chide me about, correctly so, about, putting my inferences about the author on the text, which like you shouldn't do. And if it were a better book, I wouldn't do it. But like, to me, when the fucking intelligence ceiling of the author is so low that like nothing that anybody does is going to be able to make more sense than the author, because they can't be smarter than him, because the author is so stupid that all of his characters have to be that stupid.
Characters act this out of character. The only thing you can, because like if he was just doing this on autopilot, like he was just like, some like author who was writing a bad script, he would do the things that like make sense within the character.
Yeah,
at least,
right.
And then it would just be like, okay, maybe like they wouldn't do that exactly. But like just such a fundamental misunderstanding of almost all of these heroes, it makes you reflect on the author. Because it's like, why did you turn them into this? Like, what in your brain made you think that like Diana becoming a Christian like made sense.
Like
you
it
have
took
to
work.
analyze that.
Yeah, it took
I was
work
gonna
to
say that.
mutate them like this.
Yeah, he had to try to write this story.
Yeah.
Like Jack is saying, you could autopilot and write Superman Earth 1, right?
Exactly.
That's an autopilot ass story.
Yes.
This is like, I'm going to give it my own spin. And they're like, well, they're established characters. So just like put your spin in context with the traits that have been established. And he's like, Superman is hopeless. He loses all of his...
Loser!
Superman famously low on hope.
Yeah.
Superman, the man who's never had to face resilience and never had to fight an enemy without his powers before.
That's the fun thing too, is it's like, all right, whatever. Fucking Flash losing his powers, all right, but like, Superman doesn't really have powers. He's just a different species. Like, so is the Martian Manhunter. They're not like...
And so is Aquaman.
Yeah.
Like, Aquaman's like, I can't breathe underwater anymore. It's like, there's literally an entire society of Atlanteans that just died because, like, they got crushed by the pressure or whatever. It's,
like, Superman fights without his powers all the time.
Yeah.
How many times has Lex Luthor used Lex or Batman or whomever used kryptonite on him, and he didn't instantly go like, "Oh man,
give me a drink."
I'm fucked.
Lois, I love you. Don't leave me, Diana. I love you. Don't leave me.
Someone get me a soup kitchen.
It's more pathetic than that. It's not I love you, don't leave me. It's you're just gonna leave me, aren't you?
Yeah,
it's worse. You're right.
Get
it's so much worse.
I get it. I would leave me too.
I would leave me too. I'm just a stupid idiot.
That would be awesome.
Like,
I know you probably don't want to hear from me.
I'm my own kryptonite.
It was also his personality was getting boosted by the sun. So like every time like he got kryptonited, he would be like, "Oh, I'm doing such a bad job. Everybody just probably hates me."
Small penis.
Oh, I know you hate me, but I love you.
Lex, just get it over with. I'm sorry.
I can't do anything about it.
Have you guys been watching CSI? I never have time to watch CSI anymore.
I don't get why I can't just sit in my room and drink all day. You're just mad at me. Of course you're gonna leave me.
You're probably going out and having fun without me. I'll stay in.
And Lex is just looking on like, oh shit, I didn't think. Oh, I didn't know that this is so much worse. This is so much worse than I thought would happen when I got him with kryptonite.
Yeah, even Darkseid is like, oh shit, like that's rough.
That's a really good point. This is how it. Like, I feel like if Lex Luthor wrote comic books, this is what he would write, which is like everyone loses their powers and then becomes like a sniveling little shit.
And it's funny because the villains don't miss a beat, right?
Yeah,
the villains are just like, holy shit. Oh, fuck it, time to move. Also, I love that Flash goes to a museum and they're like, to think, we used to live in a world with these superpowered heroes. As there's like, giant robots fighting in the middle of the fucking city. like Lex Luthor is using, genes to turn people into microscopic organisms.
And there are still superheroes.
Yeah.
They still exist. Batman still exists.
Yeah.
The guy with the floating balls still exists.
Yeah.
It's not like they're all gone.
Yeah. In fact, it still seems to be a pretty dangerous place to live. There's a lot of super crime going on.
That'd be like if when birds flew south for the winter, we put up a museum and we're like, we used to have pigeons here, Timmy.
Used to be birds here.
I have a...
Why do you have just one group of birds left?
I have a really
like rats
nerdy...
that fly? What a novel concept. Isn't this a fairy tale?
I have a nerdy continuity question. So... Aren't the Green Lanterns? Isn't there a Lantern Corps? Aren't there a bunch
not
of?
Not at this time. They all died because Hal Jordan killed them.
All of them.
Yeah, he literally systematically went through and killed a bunch of them, and then
except the closest
took all
guy
the power
to
out the power battery, and then that killed all of them basically.
Why are there any left?
Gambit,
somebody had to stop him.
One of the guys, one of the blue guys, the Guardians of the Universe, was like, man, we really screwed the pooch on this one, giving Cal Jordan this power. So they were like, yeah, we're all gonna die. You give the last ring to some random guy. And he said, okay. And then he flew to Earth and found Kyle Rayner.
I'm going to give it to the worst guy I know.
Yeah. Just an abusive, shitty boyfriend who's just constantly, who's like making clay models of the guy who beat him up.
Yeah.
Saw this guy crying to My Chemical Romance earlier.
Kyle
He's
Rayner,
going to be sweet.
He put himself through school shooter boot camp after he lost his powers.
Bro,
He
seriously.
He like made little clay figures of his bully and was like stabbing it.
I know.
He's like, yeah, that's what you get.
And
That's
then he
what you
went
get
out
for
fighting
picking
him.
on me.
And then we haven't talked about this.
The end,
he tries
right?
to fight the human boombox, and then he fucking dies.
Yeah, because he fights a guy that has super tech with his fists.
Yeah.
That's like my favorite thing is that he learns nothing. He's like, I could be a real hero. And instead of being like the other guys, at least were like, all right, I should probably get a new super identity, should get some new tech or some shit. I don't know. He's just like, I'm gonna punch him. I'm gonna fist fight him. And he dies.
Yeah, that'd be like if I got really upset that cars were speeding outside my house and I stood in the road to try and stop them.
Or you tried to race one and then fell and broke your neck.
This is like if I got really upset that like a guy at a Tekken local like beat me really bad, and all I did was just model him in clay and stab it, and then I went back to that local, and then I got beat really bad again. And it's just like, well, what did you think was gonna happen?
This really does seem like a comic written by Lex Luthor and the Joker. And it really
it's almost
does.
perfect because it's like you just have all of these guys who, at the end of the day, become just the worst people without their powers. Like exactly what Lex Luthor is like based on, like bases his like idea on, and like All-Star Superman and all that stuff, where it's like you without those powers would be like a terrible person just like me. You would stoop even lower than I do. And Superman,
he was right.
He's totally vindicated. It's like, oh, these are bad guys who didn't deserve the powers that they had. They only use them to fill their own egos.
So I guess to wrap it up, the summary, not Lois Lane, Wonder Woman finds she becomes a Catholic. I think specifically it's Catholic, right?
It
Yes.
seems like
I don't know. It's
has the
Christian.
keys and everything.
Let's see. She's like, Superman finds her in a church, and she's like, why? Because I'm praying. I thought we were cut off, Clark. We had nothing to turn to. Maybe we were wrong. Maybe it was a test or a trial or a lesson to be learned. She's just kind of like praying in what looks like a Presbyterian church. I don't know if there's necessarily, she's got like all the drip on though. She has like a cross belt, so like a cross necklace and
Like
cross
Madonna.
earrings. Yeah. No, she's not. She's just praying normal style.
I just find like, why are you here? It's like praying is such a shitty fuck you answer. Like, I'm just praying. Like, oh yeah, you're in a church, I guess. You could do that anywhere, right?
When I
the
first
problem is like the guy who's like questioning her is drunk, shitty Superman.
Yeah, right?
Who's like
Yeah,
got
you
a
have-
5 o'clock shadow.
You might
It's
think
just
he's stupid enough to not know what a church is.
He could
right?
be the
when
devil.
I first saw that panel, I thought they were getting married.
Yeah.
Never once in my head was it like, oh, Wonder Woman is like praying to a god that she doesn't believe in,
That
obviously.
So I think I'll go, just to finish the summary, right? But fights, the shitty Phoenix Force fights and they win. And
Actually, that was the best part.
What?
It's me, Johnny Phoenix.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Phoenix and you and one of your teammates threw a bunch.
Yeah, it's great.
And then Superman's like, I was wrong. Christ is risen.
I care now.
I have seen the light I have heard the good news.
It didn't really say what the catharsis was either. It was just like suddenly
No,
he's
he learned.
chopping wood.
He learned.
Yeah, he just like built a log cabin and was like, I'm better now.
I know
Why
what I
don't all
love
the
is, like-
drunks downtown just get cabins?
Yeah, I know. It's like, again, a guy who's never lived real life. He's like, what do probably men do when they feel bad to get better?
Where'd he get
I
that
bet-
scratch?
I bet they chop wood and build in forest and then they get better. That will Superman
he goes back
will
to
do.
work finally after a year.
And then they have a kid who's so fucking Jesus Christ coded that it made me sick.
Yeah.
Giant baby.
He's
too.
big,
He's a
and then there's
giant
words
baby.
like his glory, the flesh of the
Yeah.
new generation, like, you know, based from the sacrifices of his parents will lead full of like new truth and hope. And I was just like, oh, and I fucking, I start pulling out my leg hairs. That's how mad I was. I was like,
Oh,
no,
that's
no,
bad.
no, no.
Because that hurts.
It is kind of hilarious to like compare, I guess, or replace Mary the Virgin and Joseph the Carpenter with a drunk Superman, a homeless drunk man, and then a Wall Street broker.
Yeah. Even in his
Who,
own
like-
logic, it's fucked.
Yeah.
Again, like, tries to off herself at the very end, and then like Superman just knocks on her door, and she like sexily
I know.
poses in the thing. She's like, "Oh, it's such a mess in here," and then he's like, "Can we
Yeah.
start again, babe?" And she's like, "Yes, my prayers have been answered," and her prayers were just that the guy that her homeless bum boyfriend comes back and lives with her again.
And her suicidal ideation is just gone.
Yeah, she's like,
Just
oh,
Yeah.
immediately gone. She's like, "Oh, the man is back. Now depression is gone."
I want to get to this is the point that I really want to talk about. This is the most Catholic story I've ever read.
Second only
Most Catholic
to the Bible.
No, this
Yeah.
is way more Catholic than the Bible because the Bible, I've been reading it, very Jewish.
Turns out half of it Jewish.
Half
They
of
make
it's pretty Jewish,
explicit
for
notes to the fact that Jesus is a descendant of David and Moses. There's a lot. It's very clear that it was just written by a bunch of Jewish guys. And then later on, there's some Christians were like put in some shit where Jesus was like, "I am the second part of the Holy Trinity." You know, like, all right, that's anyway. I think insofar like Catholicism is involved with suffering, so I think his goal was like, I
To make
want
us suffer?
Yeah, he was like, I need to make a comic so bad that my readers will have to suffer
Oh, God.
as Christ did,
I'm Catholic now.
right? Like every character is
That
supposed to
son of a bitch.
be, right? They're all, it's just, the idea is that all of the characters, despite any natural, like, condition they find themselves in, like being an alien or like, running fast, it's not enough. You have to be disappointed with yourself and you have to suffer and hate yourself in order to like get for things to go right.
Do you think this guy read a bunch of Dostoevsky and he's like, I could probably do that?
Yeah.
He's not that good.
Yeah, it was
He's
like
not that much better than me.
suffering, right? It's when you're sad.
It's not only when you're sad, it's also when like you go through the correct amount of suffering and then you get rewarded for it.
Yeah, that's
so like
such an intrinsic part of the story.
yeah, like everyone who at the end of the day gets like kind of a happy-ish ending had to go through constant suffering and like just be beaten down by life in order to come out the other side. Like
They were all
it's
worse
almost
off.
like it's like punishing these heroes. Like
Yeah.
it's like you did something wrong before.
And that's
like
the most Catholic thing, right? It's like just based
You're
on your
born wrong.
the way you're born, you were born
You
with
have to get cleansed of this thing that you contributed nothing to but are born with.
yeah, like you're born fucked up. You
What if-
thought you were just a hero? No, you were wrong.
What if the author reviled them for trying to compete with the power of God?
Honestly, you know how many times he says that? Like, we view
I
the
know.
world like gods.
But I didn't know anything about the author until you said his wife covered
We
his
viewed
table of mirth.
ourselves with too much hubris. We thought ourselves gods.
I also think there's a weird, I guess, like, obviously in the real world, people have put themselves in harm's way in order to help people like firefighters and stuff with like EMT workers. It's something that like makes sense. But like every single person, Superman's like, man, there was a kid who I just saw die on the 9th floor of a building or whatever. That really sucked because there was a fire and I couldn't be Superman to come and save him. And then everyone is just like, Actually people are rescued by people without powers every single day. So maybe check yourself, Superman. It's like, well, yeah, but then there's still giant robots running around killing all these people.
Yeah.
So you bring up a good point because Supergirl is the only one who becomes any sort of public servant. She joins the police force.
It's the worst public servant. It's the only public servant
the worst,
that works
that doesn't
against
actually
the public.
serve the public.
Yeah.
You're right. Like in the comic book world, the police are public servants, and they're good. This isn't the real world. This is comic books.
I'm glad.
Everybody else is like, oh, like we don't know what to do, and they're like, let's sell our shit and get rich. And Superman's like, oh, I'm this empty, bottomless pit of nothing of a man.
Yeah.
I must fill with liquor and Wonder Woman.
And my theory is this: like, I think that the Phoenix team, their new identities were their form of suffering. So they took what was, kind of a storied legacy and known costume that they had before, and instead of reinventing themselves, their torment was to have to become horrible 90s archetypes.
It was so dumb. All of that. That whole Phoenix thing, dumb.
Hey, you worked for those guys.
What were their... So
it was like, I'm Red Ninja.
Oh, yeah.
He was the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just Daredevil, but worse.
And
Daredevil, but it was also just the Flash. Like,
he has
the Flash
Japanese
before.
armor on or something.
Yeah.
One of my favorite ones is Arthur, formerly Aquaman.
Yes.
Now the Hand.
Yeah.
And new wrist port accommodations with a variety of interchangeable hands.
Yeah,
so
right?
he just has like a super hand that can like go through and make like a little welder thing.
I know. And like they had in the final fight scene, they had to like awkwardly like shoehorn in. He was like, now's the time to use one of his new hands.
Dildo hand activate.
Also, the Flash was like, oh yeah, my spear also has like a vibro blade setting.
Yeah, and you're like, all right, man, it's like, I'm going to make sure you guys are fucking top-notch athletes in 3 months or whatever, but I'm going to give you God-level technology.
Why didn't Aquaman have a
And then you're also just going to give
spear?
the Martian Manhunter skulls.
Yeah, that was the thing. It's the most horrible 90s coded thing ever, right?
They're just they're just like the bat grenades.
Where, he's like, you all had unique and interesting things that set you apart from the pack. We're going to, like all my fellow Catholics, we're going to break you down and turn you into an instrument of pain and suffering.
You're going to join our flock.
Yeah, right. And now it's like the Catholic version of like flagellation is taking a cool backstory.
Is Batman Jesus in this? He's like, join my flock, ye the downtrodden.
Eat of my flesh.
Mm-hmm. The meek shall inherit the earth, Batman says.
Yeah.
Watching Wally West get dick slapped around on the obstacle course.
I know. It's such a shitty, like, self-important thing to do, to be like, it's like taking a guy who's never been to the gym and then just like beating the shit out of him if you've been going every day for the past 15 years.
Watching Wally West jump and eat shit on those wipeout balls that they have to jump between.
Watching Wally West dodge the swinging axe blades on over the what are they called? The tightrope.
As you just mock him and look, you just shit on him and laugh as he does poorly, which he obviously will.
Yeah.
Watch the Martian Manhunter have the hole in the wall come towards him and he tries to get it.
But it's stretched out like he used to be able to do, and he's like, no, no.
Say it's like a weird person who just doesn't understand humans, but least of which superheroes.
Yeah, who's had their mind warped and turned inside out by Catholicism as this like every hero must suffer. The thing is, that message is hit so hard by the Catholic people I know, like suffering is the thing, right? But if that's like all you get away from it, right? That just like you have to suffer, like you get shit like this, where it's just a bunch of people digressing.
And like
okay, you suffered enough. Good job. And then
regressing. Yeah, and that's the fucking thing. That's the most Catholic thing about it, right? It's like the parents' sacrifice. Like all of this new Christ baby who has every power, it's only possible because of the suffering of their parents.
I don't even know if it's like a strictly Catholic thing or if it's just Christian. But the idea that like you have to suffer in this life to be rewarded in the next, it's like old Catholicism, right? Like medieval. Nowadays they make more allowances and a better understanding that the world is different. But like it's an old thought. And I genuinely think this guy read something that was actually good. I like Dostoevsky, like Superman in this reads like a wannabe Dostoevsky character.
It's like a guy who read the back of Dostoevsky. It's a guy who read the back of Crime and Punishment.
No, he's
it's
what
like a guy
people
who
who
read
read
Crime and
Dostoevsky acts like now, where they're just like, they have all of these points, and it's like, yeah, but can you get a job? And it's like, no.
No, it's like a guy who read Crime and Punishment and got B's in English classes his whole life, and then is like, I could probably do that.
Maybe got, gracious B's. It was like got B minuses because they didn't, want him to be able to retake his shit.
So for all of the Catholic stuff, I'm going to say this. I feel like the drawing, very gay. Like, everyone so buff.
Also, like, right as the suicide shit was going on, like, Wonder Woman's tits were out, and I was like, what? You know what I mean? Not really, but you saw, like, a lot of side boob.
But, like, the guys are getting out of bed, and they're, like, all muscly. I'm as gay as the next guy. And
there are several panels
pretty good.
that make me crack up, such as the Flash one I just sent. It's a, like, there's so many little weird, like guys posed just as, like...
Yeah.
What? Did you trace something?
Yeah.
Also, look at Superman in this panel. He is aggressively sexy for no particular reason.
And is this one of the ones from the end where he's all like lumberjack himboed up?
Oh no, this is one where he's drunk himboed up.
If you go to the end when he's got the beard, there are a couple panels where he's like lumberjack wet dream looking ass dude.
I also like how none of them like lose any definition. Like he's just still like a brick shit house of muscle, even though he has just been drinking for a year.
And like the crazy thing is, like what you talked about earlier, when they go to train with Batman, these people are all built like elite athletes.
Yeah. And then Batman's like, those aren't muscles.
Oh. He'd be like, check this muscle out, and he pulls his bat penis out.
Yeah, I was waiting for that to happen.
As part
would
of
have
the
been
training.
sweet.
Robin,
you guys, you want to become Catholics? I'll show you what that's like.
Robin, show him what to do. He's like, yeah, you just come over here and you close your eyes and cover your ears.
Oh, that's funny. And at the end, everything's fine, right? Fuck me. Fuck anything.
Well, they never get their powers back.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They're God.
Though they could. They
doesn't
could
matter.
have.
There's God, baby. It's fine.
It's fine. They're God, baby.
Don't worry about it. Okay?
and they beat Lex Luthor in what would normally be like a side issue for like a Hostess fruit pie ad, and then they're like, and we never have to worry about him ever again.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
very by the way.
All right, should we do favorite panel?
I don't know that I have one.
I don't have, my phone is being used to record. But my favorite panel is when the Joker is like, I love doing crime, and he has a gun that he just licks the tip of so sensually.
That's a good one.
I think, I guess, if I could pick a favorite panel, it's probably one of the ones where the Green Lantern is like screaming and crying and like throwing things around his room like a child.
Actual tantrum, right?
Yeah, just a literal child's tantrum. Because it looks so stupid. Because his girlfriend's just like meekly standing in the back like, hey, you're 30 years old. Like,
that's the other thing is like,
are you going to stop throwing a tantrum now?
Some people react to it. You know, like the women in it are both like the only normal reactors, but also helplessly foolish. You know, like they're the only ones that are like, all right, I don't want to have this argument again with a child, right? Which is how a human would react. Like, please don't. But like, they're also the ones that are like, I need you to save me.
It definitely comes across too as like the women have almost failed because they failed to save the men in their lives. Like Jen isn't a person who's like vindicated by the fact that she walked away. It was like, Kyle died because you walked away from him. How do you feel?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, like they should have stuck around with their baby boyfriends and then just helped them like get through this little temper tantrum. I will say my favorite panel is probably when the Martian Manhunter says, they're talking about like he's like, oh, it was an act of God. Like, we got these powers taken away because of hubris. And the Flash is like, well, yeah, didn't we like save a lot of people's lives? And the Martian Manhunter says, lives are saved every day by those without powers, by doctors, police, firemen, rescue workers, and most importantly, the clergy.
I also like, it's not even like a rebuttal of what he said. Like, it's not even like he's like, he's like, yeah, but still, like, because the follow-up, if I were Flash, I'd be like, yeah, but I saved way more.
Yeah.
Like, I saved, hundreds of thousands of people's lives in a
They
year.
don't have a museum for you if you didn't at least, like, save the entire city several times over.
And, like, what is the message that Martian Manhunter... Also, I love, like, the first person, lose their powers, instantly Martian Manhunter starts, like, self-blaming. He's like, I think this is our fault. I think we deserve this.
My favorite panel was that elaborate mirror system that they built up, which they never use. They just crash through the mirror rooms.
Yeah. Joker's like, this is perfect. And I was like, all right, I wonder what they're going to do with this. And nothing.
Shitty Daredevil just jumps out of the mirror, and it's like, well, that wasn't very helpful.
Like, oh, all right. Weird that you made me read this shit.
All right. Are we going to rate it?
Yeah. I think I will go first, and I'll rate it. I don't remember his name, but there's in One Piece, there's like a filler villain who puts a collar on Luffy and Law, and the collar makes it so when he says sit, they have to sit like a dog. And that made me as uncomfortable as this comic.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh, wait, who wrote this? What
happened?
Where it just completely derails what you normally think would be One Piece, and you're like, this feels weird. This feels like I'm watching something I shouldn't be right now.
Yes. I'll follow. This is maybe the only time I've ever really done this, right? Like, I give this one a C me 0%.
Yeah.
See me.
Because I feel like I have given, an assignment, which is to make a superhero, and I have received like a school shooting manifesto or something. It's like, it's even worse than that, right? It's like if I had asked somebody to write a superhero comic and they intentionally did the opposite of what I asked out of spite. So I figured that this is some sort of student's cry for help or anger because they are intentionally disregarding the criteria that I have given them. And not only intentionally disregarding, intentionally doing the opposite of what I asked. So that, like, as I asked, a portrait of, a beautiful portrait of something if I were an art teacher, and they just turn into portrait of a poorly done portrait of a skeleton man jerking off, right? Like,
Yeah, how can you jerk off if you're a skeleton?
Well, he's jerking the bones.
But a boner isn't actually a bone.
Well, this guy's is.
Maybe it's a crucifix.
Not yours.
I see. That's what I would tell the student. I'd be like, that this giant, bone phallus is not what's inside of your
real
penis.
Bone.
It's an organ. An awesome organ.
I think I would give it. What did I rate Superman Earth 1?
10 out of 10.
I think you gave it a 1?
Yeah. I'll also rate this a 1. I think it's just as bad as Superman Earth 1, but in a different way.
You don't think it's significantly worse?
I think that Superman Earth 1 is like the worst piece of dog shit that I would ever wipe my ass with. And this is the worst piece of dog shit that I would look at from time to time and be like, nah, that was stupid.
Just to
It
demean
is comical in how like absolutely terrible it is. Like it's beauty because like a lot of like too bad it's good media now. It's just kind of like, well, you know, like they kind of know how bad it is and they're playing it tongue in cheek. This is a guy swinging, and when he swings for the baseball, his pants went down.
Yeah, that's why I rate it lower, is because like I can, Superman Earth 1 just seemed like something that some guy like shipped off, like whatever. Like I'm not gonna, I don't hate something so much that was an afterthought, like an afterthought of work. But this is somebody who's trying to offend me.
I would put Superman Earth 1 lower because it was so low effort.
Sure.
This I would put higher because it's like this guy tried so hard and fucked up so bad.
Did he try though? He doesn't even know who the heroes are.
I think that's why he tried. He had to go out of his way to change the character. You just pick up any comic book at the comic book store and they're like, this is Superman, this is what he does.
No, that's low effort. I mean, I could write the same. I know at least as much as him about the Flash, which is nothing.
Yeah, but you wouldn't make the thing is like if you got even the vaguest understanding, you would be like,
wouldn't make
you want to
him
do it lazily, right? You want to do it lazily. You'd be like, I don't know. I guess he goes and works as an ambulance driver or something, right?
Yeah.
Don't say how lazy I can be.
But it would take work to be like I'm intentionally disregarding for what I know to make it bad.
Like this guy came up, he reinvented the superheroes in his own way.
Yeah,
which takes effort. If you're being lazy, you're just like, yeah, he's just the Flash still.
He's a marathon runner now. Or whatever.
They were like shitty Watchmen characters.
Yeah, they were like shitty Watchmen characters.
Yeah, this is his version of Watchmen. He thought this was gonna be. He like made sure in the contract to do like he's like, and you're not gonna screw me over like Alan Moore. I'm gonna get the rights back to this like after a year, and it's like, yeah, well, we stopped printing it after a month. Like,
yeah, they're like, we did one printing of this, man. Nobody wanted it. It's, all right.
Other than the Phoenix scenes, which were awesome. I'm gonna rate it significantly worse than a documentary about hang gliders written by someone who doesn't know anything about hang gliding. It's significantly worse.
Yeah, because at least that person's like interested in making a movie. This guy seems like he just was trying to ruin the medium of comics for other people.
It might not even be a movie yet. It might just be in the making.
Yeah.
It's just a series of pictures that I put on a slideshow and just on repeat and talked over it.
You know what this reminds me of too? Remember when we showed Jack at the out of context Jujutsu Kaisen fight, and he just starts making fun of it based on the few moments? It's like that, but if Jack was super religious and he was also like, we also showed him all of the things where it's like we gave him the proper context and like, but he just kept making fun of it and being like, well, God wouldn't like that. It's like, okay, then you're not my dad.
Tell us what you think, viewer. Have you read this?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah. Tell us what you think,
read it.
viewer.
If you liked it, I guess also tell us when you had your brain trauma.
Yeah. Also, leave your opinions in the comments because I'm not going to read it because I don't care what you think because I'm smarter than you.